Welcome, my friends, to my cooking channel. This is Cuisinease with Chef Jacqueline. This is where you can learn to make dynamic meals using simplistic ingredients. I will introduce you to world fusion cuisines using a palette with foods from cultures such as Jamaican cuisine, English, Chinese, Italian, French, and so much more. I will guide you into creating your own personal cuisine or weight loss or just healthy eating, immune building lifestyle. You can even book one-on-one sessions with me. Visit cuisinease.co.uk. So let's get started. Something new, something different, something exciting is coming your way today. Enjoy. So today we'll be doing our Jamaican style curry chicken. Now the motto for the Jamaican people is out of many, one people. And we've had so many people from different cultures and countries came to Jamaica as indentured slaves and occupied that territory. And of course, you know that curries originated in India, but Jamaicans have modified it somehow. And but I'm going to use recipes that are true to my grandmother's heritage, who was mixed with a little bit of Indian, and she showed me how to do proper curry. All right, so this is 2 pounds of chicken, and I like to use a little bit of the bony parts of the chicken for the curry, because I don't know, but you may there's another recipe that I'll do where it's absolutely boneless, but today I'm going to be using the chicken with the bone in it. It's about 2 pounds. It's like legs and thighs, a little piece of the back, and some of the breast and wings, you know. So this is actually 2 tablespoons of curry. I've used the same brand of curry for 30 years. The name of it is Better Pack. So this is 2 tablespoons of curried powder. Then I'm going to add 3 cloves chopped garlic, 2 tablespoons of onion, chopped onion, 2 teaspoons of grated ginger. I like to use ginger in my curries. 2 teaspoons grated ginger. And of course, there's some black pepper. This is about 2 teaspoons of black pepper. This is 1 teaspoon of thyme. This is called masala, which gives the curry an exceptional taste and gives it the true Indian flavor. Masala, garam masala, is made of cumin, coriander, cardamom, black pepper, cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg. But it really gives the curry an excellent flavor. So that's 1 teaspoon of garam masala. And last but not least, 2 teaspoons of salt. And this time, I'm going to be wearing the gloves because, of course, you know, the curry stains the hand. But I told you before that you could use the cooking oil to coat the hands so that it would not stick to the hands or stain the hands. So today I'm actually using the gloves so that the curry doesn't stain my hands at all. So there goes the curry chicken in the marinade. I wish you could actually smell this, my friends. Look at that color. It looks a little bit brown to me, but what I'm going to do is watch it carefully as I cook it, and maybe I'll add a little more curry powder. But it's better to add less salt, less black pepper, and re-season the pot while it's cooking than to add more which you can't take away at all. Next clip will be cooking our curried chicken. So we're using our duchy to do our curried chicken. Remember I told you the history of my duchy. I brought her all the way from Jamaica. I should say him because I call him Mr. Duchy, okay? And the Dutch pot is so good because it keeps the heat. Keeps the heat. And so I've had it being heated because remember, I've taught you that if you're heating... So I have my Dutch pot heating to do the curry chicken because the Dutch pot is such a good pot to use because it keeps the heat and actually is good for lots of different purposes because it's so heavy duty. It actually keeps the heat. It doesn't lose the heat like some pots, you know. So I brought my Dutchy, I call him Mr. Dutchy, all the way from Jamaica. So I've had him heating for about 5 minutes and I'm going to add a little bit of cooking oil, right? Rice bran oil is what I use most of the time. So we don't need to use a lot of oil, all right? And then I'm going to just stir in the chicken. We're going to heat that for another about 2 minutes. Then we're stirring the chicken. So we're going to swirl the oil around a bit in the pot. Right. Make sure that all of it is coated so the meat won't stick to the pot. Right. And then we're going to be adding our chicken and searing it. Browning it slightly. Searing it so that it'll be moist. And the searing will actually cause it to have a little more flavor and seal the juices into the meat, alright? So there we are, we're searing our chicken for curried chicken. We do the same thing if we're doing curried goat. We don't need the pot to be very, very hot because we're not frying it or browning it really. We're searing the meat to seal in the juices, alright? And now that we've basically seared the meat, we're going to add 1 cup of chicken stock. It's best to use stock than water because at least you're adding some flavor to the food. So there we go. We're adding the chicken stock. I think we may need a little more liquid. May add a little more, about 1/2 cup more. It's concentrated stock and I don't have any more, so I'm going to just put 1/2 cup of water. Alright? And then we're just going to cover our pot and let the curry chicken simmer away for say about 30 to 40 minutes. Alright? I'm going to bring it back to boil though, and then we're going to reduce the heat and make it simmer for about 30 to 40 minutes. So I've had my chicken cooking for about, my curry chicken cooking for about 15 minutes. And here I have some vegetables that I'm going to add to the pot. It's just simply 1 chopped carrot, 2 potatoes. And if you notice, I have the skins on the potatoes. You can peel it if you want, but I've done a lot of research that it shows that the best nutrients of fruit and vegetable are right below the skin. And the skin actually has lots of fiber. So I like to, wherever I can, I actually keep the skin on the fruits and the vegetables. Now I have 1 stalk of green onion scallion, 1 sprig of thyme, and I have a chili. I'm out of Scotch bonnet peppers, so I'm using the chili, and I have 1 medium chopped onion there. You can cut it in any form. It doesn't have to be in any right order because we're not. It's all going to cook out in the pot, you know. So the next thing is we're going to add it to our curry chicken to flavor it because the aromats, you're re-seasoning it, the curry, and so we're adding more seasoning to the curry, right? That is the thyme, the scallion, more onion, you know, and those things that you used in the beginning, and the peppers, and you may add a little more black pepper you're going to taste, but this is the next stage now. So now we're ready to add our veg and our seasoning to our pot. There goes our curry chicken. Look at how it's bubbling up. And I tell you, it has such a nice scent in the house because you know I use the Dutch pot to do my smokings. So that nice smoky flavor is still in the pot. Nice smoky scent is still in the pot. So I'm adding the veg now. Oh my goodness. I can't imagine what this is going to be like. There we go. And then we're going to cook that for another 10 to 15 minutes, all right? There we go. So my tripod kind of fell, so I'm hand holding this, right? So we're just going to check. We notice our onions are not yet cooked. They're still not transparent. And our potatoes. So we're just going to keep simmering. So now we're ready for our unveiling. There we go. As I said, my tripod broke, so you may find that there's a little bit of movement. But the potatoes are cooked. The onions are cooked. The onions are transparent. And if you notice, the sauce is quite thick. It wants to be thickened up just a little more. So I'm just going to leave the pot open. And of course, chicken is cooked. I'm going to leave the pot open and allow this to cook for another 5 minutes so that, you know, the liquid can evaporate. I'm going to leave it on high, and then it will be a very thick sauce. If you find that the curry and the masala and all of that comes together and it's too strong, then to tone it down and add a little balance to the flavor, just add a tip of brown sugar, like about less than quarter teaspoon, about 1/8 teaspoon, just to balance and tone down the flavor a bit. Okay, so this is basically ready. As I said, I'm just going to leave it for 5 minutes to thicken up a bit more, and then I'm going to present the dish with some rice, basmati rice, and some green peas. All right, enjoy it. I decided to give you one last look at the pot just to show you after 5 minutes how rich the sauce is. Onions are cooked because the potatoes tend to thicken the sauce. All right, so there goes our curry chicken. I have to get a fire ring for this stove because I noticed my Dutch pot moves around a lot. All right, I'm trying to find it actually, you know, but there goes your curry chicken.